Welcome to Civil War Digital Digest. I'm Will. Welcome to another episode in our new series, Out of the Vault. This is a chance for us to work with museums to share with you items that they have in their collection that they don't have the space or the story to tell every day in their displays. Today we say thanks to our friend Jeremy Dimmick, the collections director from the Detroit Historical Society. Not only is he bringing us a piece, but he did exactly that. We try to go to museums and couldn't hear. Jeremy brought the item to us. Well, let's take a look. This 1850 foot officer sword belonged to Isaac Weber Ingersoll from Company B of the 24th Michigan Infantry of the famed Iron Brigade. Okay, well, we're going to find out with Isaac's career. The 24th Michigan were still the young kids on the block when he left service. Isaac Ingersoll was born in 1812 in White Plains in Westchester County, New York. By the early 1830s, he's moved here to Michigan. In 1832, he marries Lydia Cook in Wayne County. That's the county Detroit's in here. By the time of the Civil War, the two of them have 7 children, and Isaac's career has moved on. In the 1840 census, he shows up as a carpenter. By the time of the Civil War, he's a sash and blind maker. In 1862, Abraham Lincoln calls for 300,000 more, and that's expresses itself as 1 infantry regiment for each congressional district. Michigan has 7 congressional districts and therefore is asked to give 7 regiments. During the raising of these regiments, there is some civil strife in the city of Detroit, and the city fathers find themselves somewhat embarrassed. To counter this, they ask the Secretary of War to allow them to raise 1 more regiment, which becomes the 24th Michigan Infantry. In early August 1862, Isaac enlists and is mustered as a private in that regiment. He's a private for less than a week, and then he's commissioned captain of Company B as they march off to war. Before he leaves Detroit, this sword is presented to him, and as we look at the throat of the scabbard, we see a presentation inscription that was made when the sword was given. It's just fantastic, and it takes us from this just being another Civil War artifact to this being his piece that he carried. Well, he didn't carry the piece for very long. Remember, born in 1812, Isaac is 50 when he enlists and is commissioned into the Army. I'm not quite sure why he was allowed in, because by the second year of the war, we've been through Bull Run, we've been through the 7 Days Campaign, we've been out west through Shiloh and Henry and Donaldson. The Army should know really well that there's really no business for a 50-year-old man campaigning, marching with a company, which a captain would do. Within a couple of days after the Battle of Fredricksburg, where the 24th Michigan sees its baptism of fire, Mr. Ingersoll resigns his commission. We don't know whether this is battlefield stress or where, due to age and the rigors of campaigning, but we do know he leaves the service very quickly after Fredericksburg. In fact, Regimental Commander Henry Morrow is going to make changes to his regiment over the winter, and within a couple of months, several of the company commanders have left and staff changes are going, and this is going to form the regiment from the regiment that makes itself through the Battle of Fredericksburg to the regiment that we know at Gettysburg. Now, Mr. Ingersoll comes home. In the Detroit Directory, we see his business listed at 66 and 68 Fort Street East, telling me that his home and his business are next door to each other. We know where that is, and today we can go ahead and take a look at a piece out of the Detroit Historical Society collections and let that introduce us to a man who, despite his advanced years in age in 19th century, chooses to serve his country the best that he can, as long as he can. Thanks for joining us on Civil War Digital Digest. We'll see you for another Out of the Vault soon.